G'day, welcome back to the 40 channel. It's freezing cold outside today. It's been snowing all around us last night. It's raining, it's windy, so I've commandeered the lounge room today. Keep the rest of the family out, they're all sitting by the fire. We're going to look at retrimming the seats today with Scott's Upholstery. He's done a sensational job and I'm really keen to see how these come out. I've got a bit to learn about this 40. As you saw, we put the boots around the other day. They looked fantastic with the vinyl floor. So we're going to retrim these seats and we'll test fit them in and have a bit of a play if it doesn't get too much colder. So anyway, all you need is your frame, obviously, that you've cleaned up, restored. Your foam, optional, you can get new foam. I'm okay with this foam, so I'm going to reuse it. I would recommend it to throw some hessian down, just give it extra support. Again, optional, I suppose. I've got some 2.4mm stainless TIG wire. So the stainless TIG wire, you don't have to go stainless. I've gone stainless just because the old ones are pulled out. The old wires are pulled out, or a bit rusted, and anyway, I've gone a little bit thicker as well. So again, optional. The other thing you're going to need is your little tarpaulin repair kit. So you can put the holes in for where your headrests go. So hopefully we get the holes in the right spot and don't stuff that up either. Now, I'm not an expert upholsterer by any means, so I stripped them down. They come apart fairly simply. The trimming that Scott's made is the exact copy of all the upholstery that we've ripped off. I actually sent it down to him so he could get the exact measurements, and he copied that off that. So first thing I'm going to do is just get some hessian. I don't know if this is totally required. It was just recommended by another upholsterer. You need to raid your wife's sewing box and steal her really good scissors. The other thing you're going to need is your hog clip pliers and your hog clips, or your little metal clamps that clamp around. I didn't actually have the hog clips and the pliers. I could have borrowed some, that wasn't an issue, but another recommendation was cable ties. So we're actually going to use cable ties instead of the clips. These are easy to get from anyone, and hopefully they'll do the job. Obviously these ones are from Tool King. Just get your cable tie, thread it straight through the hessian. Okay, the idea is I'm trying to pull this pretty tight through the hessian, got holes in the bottom. Tighten it all up. Right, so we've got the hessian on there. I thought, well, for the sake of $5, it's probably worth just doing for the heck of it. Throw your foam on. If you want to get yourself new foam, knock yourself out. Now you've got this big hole down here, and that hole actually lines up with where your wire goes through in a little bit's time, so we need to cut that through on the hessian. So what I'm going to do, just mark out where I need to go. That's one of the old wire pieces I've pulled out. It's a little bit rusty, I'm not really happy with it. So we're just going to get our TIG wire. I'm going to bend over one of these corners. There we go. Now we've got our full piece of wire. Test it out. Perfect. Slide it through. Flip over like that. So I've also done the same for the back here, bit of TIG wire here at the back. We also need to run a piece all the way around here. This is going to be a little bit trickier. Let's see how we go. You can mould that around so you get that shape that you're after. Sit our phone back into that. I'm actually going to throw just a cable tie through that now, just to make it easier to grab when we put it in the seat base. Right, now for the trickier part of the whole build, and that is to pull up that center wire that we've got through the center, cable tie to the support beam going through the bottom of this rail. So we've got these holes here. So we're going to try to grab it through. So where some long nose pliers comes in handy. And that other cable tie that I ran through before, we can pull up on that. Here's our cable tie. Right, we'll put that one in. We'll do the same along the rest of it now. Just pull all them tight. Now you can actually see that's what it's pulled that down. So it's pulled that centerpiece down. So that's nice and firm in there now. Flip it back over. Right, and now we've got that sorted out. We've got our wire running all the way through here and the back. I'm actually going to start at the front. We're going to pull that down nice and tight, using these same holes where these last cable ties were through. So, I know it seems bizarre. Punch a hole just through that vinyl, just under the wire there. Now we're going to work our way right around the side, do exactly the same thing. That'll pull this seat all the way nice and tight. Right, now I've got the zip ties in there. Now we can pull them all nice and tight. Front I've already done, so the sides. Pull that wire as you go. Now hopefully when we flip it over, it'll look mint. Look at that. We'll just trim off our Echidna. That's the base done. Now we're just going to do the back. Pretty happy with that. Right at the back of the seat, fairly similar process. Throw the hessian on, then we'll throw our top piece on. We'll punch some holes through, won't have to cut a whole big slit. We'll 3 holes in, then put the trimming over the top. Anyway, let's get into it. Now for the nerve-wracking part. So we'll throw this cover on. What we actually have to do is mark out the 2 holes where the headrest goes and hope we don't stuff it up. So just pulling that vinyl on nice and tight where it's going to sit. I'm going to get my scribe, holding that as tight as I can in that position. I'm going to pick the center of that hole and punch it through the vinyl. I really want to get this right for Scott. Right, I will take that cover back off now. We've got our holes marked out. I really have turned this family room into a workshop. It's fantastic. I might move the whole cruiser build inside. So I've just got your nylon block that I normally use anyway. Mark that, punch that hole out. I've already got 1 hole in it. No going back now. What I should have done before I punched that hole is just check to make sure those holes lined up. Luckily they do. I would suggest after you mark the holes, get your headrest and lay it up against it and double check yourself. Double check again. Perfect. Get your little brass grommets, your little anvil and punch set. And we'll set it up and we'll seal those holes up now. Alright, you can see that looks pretty neat. Again, we'll double check. Look at that. Perfect. We'll throw that cover back over it again. We look pretty good. So we might cover the headrest, then it's done, and then we can push that in and seal it all up together, I think.
Nearly done?
Nope, still working on it.
How long is it going to take?
5 minutes.
Rightio.
Maybe a bit longer. Now our final piece, we'll pull that over. Start at one end, work our way across. Righto, that's our headrest complete. Took a little bit to get on. Just keep massaging it all around and you'll get a nice firm fit. Pull that nice and tight on the bottom and staple it all down. So I've just loosely screwed in our supports. Just going to line all this headrest up, hopefully. Slide that through. Oh no. Scott's not going to be happy with me. I'm not happy with myself. I've just torn the top of the seat cover. I don't know if you can see that. It's just torn that out. So the beauty is I've just had a quick chat with Scott on the phone, and we've come up with some ideas, and I think the best option will be, might try and get the next size up eyelet. So yeah, it's punched through, and I think that was from when I've hit the eyelets in with the anvil. I've just hit it way too hard, gone a bit overboard, and it's actually acted like a little bit like a guillotine. It's cut through that vinyl. So yeah, had a quick, and it's actually happened on both of them, so I've really stuffed up big time. So it just means we're going to put this video on hold for a little bit. Righto, so it's a new day. I had a good chat with Scott on the phone last night, just trying to figure out my stuff up and how I could fix it up. Scott had some great ideas. What we came up with was essentially the grommets that I've used are the exact size for my headrest. So I didn't give any room for any movement. I had to get them exactly spot on, so they weren't quite spot on. That's what stretched it and just torn them out. So I've just pulled them back out. And what we've done is we'll have to duck down to a local hardware supplier and buy the next size up grommets. The other thing we're going to do, so as you can see, if you just put one grommet in with no backing, it actually raises it up a little bit and can damage that, and that's what's torn mine. If there's a little bit of stretch in it, then it's going to tear. So as Scott and I discussed on the phone, probably the best way to do it is do that, but then have an extra piece on the back so it gives it extra support. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be able to save these, plus it's going to give us a little bit of room around the headrest shafts and take away any drama or stretch. So we've got a 19mm hole punch here. That's going to be our backing piece. Get our new silver grommet, sit in here. That'll cover that perfectly. So steel grommet, we've got our little anvil or a little punch. I'm going to sit that over the top.
I'm not a steel person.
Let's see how this goes. One hit, we'll get another little hit. And a little hit on this side over here.
Do it.
There we go. So our problem has been fixed. Definitely having the backing on there makes all the solution. And we don't have a nice sharp edge around here, so it's not going to cut into that vinyl. So I just tapped it a couple times, you saw, instead of giving it a huge big belt with a hammer, just gave it a few little taps. We'll do the other side.
I can feel the ground moving under my toes.
Is it? There we go. So that's fixed our issue. Thank goodness for that. I didn't want to let Scott down. Try and find that wire strip that's down the back here, and we'll try and pull it up. Cable tie it to our springs inside here. But Ali has just come in to help me put this last bit of seat back together. Ali helped me strip it all down. Remember that? That was a while ago, wasn't it? We did. Whole thing down. We've saved our rubber edge trimming that'll go around the backing plate. I was unable to find anything as small as this from all the trim shops and online, so hopefully this will come up okay and we'll still be able to reuse it. So just got to very carefully put that on like that, Arlie. Excellent, good job, Arlie. Righto, now the really tricky part. So we need to get it to the back of the seat. Just got some screw cup washers, along with some new screws. Well, we'll just work with the top first, and we might be able to put them in last. So you fold that in there. We'll just screw down the top first, then we'll tuck in the bottom and pull the sides in. Yep, so we'll do that last. So line those bottom holes up. Use those bottom holes as a bit of a guide. See how close we are. Spot on there. So we'll just find the holes. So we're just going to leave them sitting up so that way it gives us a bit of room to lift up the back plate. So just get your scribe and just very carefully in there, Alia. Can you feel the hole?
Yep.
Found that other hole?
Yep.
Okay, just hold that material in nice and tight so it doesn't stretch out when we go to put it in.
Now do you have to do first?
Yep. What we'll do, we might just try and pull that vinyl in like that. So just get one side at a time. Done, finished. We saved the top two, so happy days. That looks really good. Righto, now that we've got it all back together, all the back's on, all the screws are in, headrest is on. We've saved that top piece, which is really good. Now what we're going to do is put the two pieces together. The easiest way to do that, lay these down. I've already just cut a small hole out there for the bolt. We've got our nylon spacer washer. Just loosely put that side in. Swing it around. Do the same on the other side. Just give it a small little wiggle as you put it together, just to line all that bolt up. So you've got little nylon bushes on the end of the like shoulder bolt here. Mine are okay, but I wouldn't mind trying to source some new ones or get some new ones made. So they'll certainly be fine to do this, but I might try and track some down. If you guys know where you can get them, let me know. Wouldn't mind buying some new ones. Look at that. Well, Scott, there you go. We finally finished the seat. Had a small little drum with the eyelets, as you saw, but ended up not being too much of a drum at all. It ended up being quite an easy fix, thank goodness for that. So that's come up really nice. We'll fit the rails, we'll do a quick test fit in the car, just have to brave the cold and suck it up really. But no, I'm really happy with that. Sensational. Then we'll do the other seat. Righto, the seats are finally finished. I've finished up, got Scott's upholstery on it. It's come up absolutely sensational. I am stoked with it. It looks amazing. So keen to fit it in the cruiser now and see how it looks. I suppose I better clean up this mess before Shelley sees it. I know it's a much nicer day today. With a bit of sunshine, blue skies. So let's give these seats, put the rails on it, and we'll give the seats a bit of a test fit. Just see how they look inside the car. Hello Maggie. Hey? Well, here we are. The seats are finally trimmed. I finally just got them sitting in here, they're just test fitted. And this is the first time since I've sat in this cruiser for over 2 years. Man, it is a nice feeling. Can't get the smile off my face. Scott, I love your work. If you guys want some seat trimming that look as sensational as this, man, you've got to check out Scott's Instagram page. There's a few bits and pieces on there. Scott will work with you and work out exactly what you want for your car. So you can have a huge choice of colours, any vinyl colour you could possibly think of. You can have that colour, you can have certain trim, you can have different stitching. Scott's willing to work in with you and he'll make the trimming to suit your needs and what you want. And I'm stoked with this caramel colour. This colour I think just looks fantastic against the black vinyl, looks great against the beige. Man, I couldn't be happier. Scott, I hope I've done you justice with trimming these. So look, I've never trimmed seats before. This is actually the first lot of seats I've ever trimmed in my life. From when I was pulling it apart, it was pretty easy to follow the reverse steps and putting it back together. So look, if I can trim these seats, I'm sure anyone out there can. Righto, now it's time for a little extra giveaway. Father's Day is just around the corner. So the guys from Steel Design Studios have hooked us up and they're going to help us out with a Father's Day giveaway. So here in Australia, we've got Father's Day coming up. If you guys have forgotten, here's your reminder. Make sure you go out and get Dad something. But even better, you can jump into this competition and you could win Dad something. So Steel Design Studios, they make all sorts of stuff, laser cut out of either stainless or mild steel, whatever you want. So they've made some custom made keyring bottle openers. And they say Dad's Cruiser. So this is a perfect Father's Day gift. On top of that, he does a whole stack of other stuff. You've got to check out his Instagram page, check out his web page, steeldesignstudios.com.au, and you'll see there's a stack of stuff on there that also might meet your dad's needs. What we're giving away today is the custom-made Dad's Cruiser keyring bottle opener. So we're going to give 2 of those away. Plus we're also going to give away one of these TEQ laser cut key rings as well. So that's all pretty exciting. So there's 3 giveaways there from Laser Design Studios. On top of that, the first winner is also going to win one of my 40 channel shirts. So we're going to throw that in as well. I'm going to send you that as well. Now a bit of sad news. I have to give a huge shout out to Reef Monkey. Reef Monkey from the States. They do some huge amount of apparel as well. Look, these guys, they sent some stuff over to go into this giveaway. They sent it well over a month and a half ago, and it's been lost for the last 16 days. It's just disappeared off the face of the earth. So really disappointed, but I cannot go without giving those guys a huge plug for putting this effort in and putting it all together. It's just really unfortunate that we can't put that in this Father's Day giveaway as well. Here's what you could have won. Righto, so the giveaway details. All you have to do is a quick little comment down below of the best memory of you and your dad, 4-wheel driving, camping, and even better, if you've got a cruiser memory as well. So chuck that little comment down below. We were really time bound by this, so we don't have a huge amount of time for this competition, but we'll do a random comment picker. The winner will be picked and announced on Instagram on the 2nd of September. That way, hopefully, we'll be able to get it to you guys before Father's Day, and your dad can wake up, open it up, and see that he's totally loved. All right, so that's what we're going to try and do. So you've got until the 2nd of September to leave your comment down below for this competition, and winners will be announced on my Instagram page live. Plus, we'll also announce the winner on our next YouTube video. So, righto guys, until next time, take care of yourselves.